Hope you're doing good. Another shitty, low-quality car stream. But I'm in a nicer car today, so maybe it'll be slightly better. I had a thought about how to do political... Anyone who watches this knows I'm like a huge fan of Politically Provoked. Huge fan, huge. But one thing that does disappoint me about the show, the only flaw, free speech platform, right? But the caveat is they don't allow pedos or doxers on, which is a little triggering because, like, if you're really truly free speech, you wouldn't be scared or offended by these people, but allow on, you know, like white nationalists, Nazis, communists, other potentially violent people, convicted felons, which they have. There's several examples of that, and like, who knows who else is a convicted felon that we don't know about. It's not like they do background checks on everybody. That'd be interesting. And they even do, I mean, but they even break these rules. I mean, it's not like they haven't had pedos on, or like, who the fuck knows who a pedo is, and they definitely have doxers on, like Ethan Ralph, the most notorious doxer maybe in the world, I don't know, Nick Fuentes, they're on a doxers fucking network. But that's besides the point. The point isn't the hypocrisy. It's more so like, why shouldn't these people be platformed? Because they seem to have this double standard. Like, hey, if people come on and advocate something, like, we have no responsibility for potential negative repercussions because you have the opportunity to come and refute them. And if you think they're doing something bad, you should be able to defeat them with superior ideas and arguments. So I never got why, like, that applies to, like, Nazism or something. But if somebody feels that society is better served by allowing relationships with youths, why that is, that can't be allowed on the show, because, like, that promoting that is toxic and bad. But I don't get why that would be bad, because you can always just go on and refute their ideas, right? Like, I don't get why having a chat full of people who say, like, yeah, let's have Holocaust 2.0, or gas the K's, or whatever other stuff. I don't get that some people would think is antisocial. I don't get why that's allowed, but, like, advocating for having relationships with kids, which isn't illegal. I mean, doing it is illegal, but so is genocide is also illegal. But I'm saying, like, people can advocate for it in the community because, like, free speech, bro. If you don't like it, defeat it with superior ideas. So, like, I'm saying, like, I get why the pedo thing is offensive, and I personally don't approve of it, but my value is, no matter what, free speech. Like, no matter how toxic the idea, if you don't like that idea, you don't get to silence people or ban them. You need to come and defeat them with superior ideas and arguments. And if you don't do it and just ban these ideas, you're a Nazi yourself. So I'm going to be starting up, I'm going to call it, like, Pedo Provoked or something, because I understand this is offensive and going to upset people, but it's the ideal of free speech that is paramount in our society. And our society could definitely deteriorate and take a turn for the worse if not only we don't allow Nazis on, but if we don't allow pedos on. Who's next, right? Like, human rights activists after pedos, are they going to get banned? Are they going to ban, Republicans? So, like, this idea that Politically Provoked bans pedos and doxers is just dangerous and threatening to our society. So, I'm going to allow anybody on. Criminals, felons, people can come on and advocate for anything they want. Like the true ideals of what Politically Provoked says they are or should be. People can come on and advocate for terrorism. I mean, as long as it's legal. They have to do it in a legal way. Because illegality, like, we just can't do that because then it'll get shut down. But, like, there's ways to advocate for terrorism without breaking the law. You say, like, well, I think terrorism is cool. We should do it. Not, like, direct acts is what I'm saying. Same thing with advocating for pedophilia. It's not illegal to advocate for it. You just can't, like, cross the line into illegality. You can come on and give tips how to get away with it because, well, I mean, that's not bad because you have the opportunity to defeat those arguments with better arguments. So, and I'm going to have a whole community. I'm going to let the pedos talk, and, like, give tips and create a whole community that glorifies being a pedo, like how awesome it is. And no, it's not toxic because even if people engage in this community, like there's people in the Politically Provoked channel arena that are like obsessed with hatred of certain people whose names might begin with J, and they do like 3, 4, 5, 6 hour streams every single fucking night. They're like, why can't we have the same thing for pedos? Talk about like how awesome it is. And is that creating a negative environment that could result in negative activities in the real world? Well, I don't know. Politically Provoked does it, and their cop-out works, right? Like, well, just maybe they talk about it for 40 hours a week, but just come on and defeat their arguments and their indoctrination with better arguments. And I don't have any fucking responsibility if pedos gather and give tips and advocate for how to be a bigger and better pedo. So I'm going to do Politically Provoked or Pedo Provoked, but just take it to the next level. Allow these marginalized and oppressed ideas to have sunlight and to be aired. And if you have a problem with a 40-year-old man having a relationship with a 3-year-old, you can't just silence that. You need to come on and argue why it shouldn't happen. You don't get to just silence people and shame them. That's fascism. Yeah, you defeat their arguments with better ideas, and better arguments, and better talking points. And no, we aren't responsible for any negative externalities. And we're also not responsible for, it's totally unreasonable to ban somebody for something they've done off the stream. Like Politically Provoked, they had the Thomas Sewell guy on, who, he's like a terrorist or whatever, no big deal, right? Like, he's gonna go to prison for a long time. You know how long it takes to fucking research the guy and find out, like, his history? Probably like 5 seconds. Do you think Brittany has that much fucking time, or I have that much time? Fuck no. So, like, if somebody is a serial child molester rapist and wants to advocate for that type of activity, we can't control people's past. We can't do research and ban people for stuff that they haven't done on the stream. The rules are, they can, as long as they don't break the law, they can advocate for illegal activity. Like, happens on Politically Provoked. They just can't do it in a way that's illegal. So, like, that's our cop out. And then we have the don't ask, don't tell policy for stuff that they've done off stream. So even if they're like a serial child rapist murderer, well, we don't know that, and it's unfair to expect us to know that. So we're not banning anybody because they might have done something that society deems inappropriate, like raped and murdered somebody. Can't ban them for that. It's against free speech. Even though, but I'm actually gonna hold to that rule, because like if they like the person, they won't. Politically Provoked, I'm saying, if they like the person and they've done something horrible off stream, they won't ban the person. But if there's something that they disapprove of or offends them that they've done off stream, oh shit, you better believe Politically Provoked bans them. Somehow they're able to do the research when that happens. But when it comes to being a terrorist or something, it's easily available on Google. We don't know. No, nothing we can do. Like, what do you expect us to research that? Like, how unreasonable are you, free speech canceling bigots? You know what I mean? So I can't wait to start up Pedo Provoked. And if you think it's a bad thing and that we shouldn't have people on who advocate it and give tips for how to do it, you need to come on and defeat their arguments with better arguments. You need to come on and prove that a 70-year-old man having a relationship with a 2-year-old boy is toxic. You need to come armed with evidence and proof to defeat those arguments. So start your research now for Pedo Provoked. Everyone have a good day.